Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about Ansible roles. What is Ansible roles and role directory structure and create a new role using roles in Playbook. These things we will discuss with some examples with Ansible roles. Okay. Ansible roles is a predefined directory structure that contain itself a list of individual piece of playbook into make easier to reuse and share. So basically, uh, in the Ansible playbook, we will write all the list of tasks in one playbook, right? Like handlers, variables, all those things we will define in the playbook with a list of tasks. So where it comes to the roles, it will create a directory structures and like handlers, it will we can keep in handler session variables in the variable section, the list of files in the file session. So it will have list of directories by default it will contain. Okay. In the Ansible roles, the primary mechanism of breaking a playbook into multiple files. This simplifies writing the complex playbook and make them easier to reuse. Okay. Roles are not a playbook. Roles are small functionality which can be independently used and that will have to use within the playbook. Okay. Roles provides the framework fully independent and interdependent collection of variable tasks, files, templates, and modules. In Ansible, the roles is a primary mechanism of breaking a playbook into multiple files. This simplifies writing the complex playbook and make them easier to reuse. Okay. The breaking of playbook allow you to logically break the playbook into reusable components. As I said, this the complex playbook we can break and we can keep into smaller piece of codes. The roles are not a playbook. The roles are small functionality which can independently use it to have be within the playbooks. There is no way directly execute a role. Roles have not explicitly setting up for which the host will roles will be applied to. Okay. So make use of Ansible Galaxy command to create a directory structure. We will see how to create Ansible directory structure using Ansible Galaxy init command. Okay, this is the command, and as I said, Ansible Galaxy search and it will search the role. Okay, if you want, it will give you that list of Ansible roles related to that. Suppose if you need to search with Apache, so Apache related roles will display and you want to pick whichever it is suitable to you. Okay. And that Ansible role directory structure, it will contains the defaults, variable tasks and templates, metadata handler. Each directory will contains the main.yml file which will relevant to the content. Okay. The first one is the default session, the default variable of the role. Okay. The variables in the default have the lowest priority so they can easy to override. And var session. So this contains the variable of the role. The variables have the higher priority than the variables in the default directory. And the task session, which contains the main list of steps to be executed in this role. The main tasks, like whatever the tasks we are executing, that we will keep in the task sessions. And the file session, this file section contains the files where you want to copy to the remote host. We don't need to specify a path of the resources stored in the directory. Okay. Suppose if you want to copy the files, you can keep the source file, all the files which you wanted to copy the destination in the file section and the template section. Okay. In the templates, it will contains which supports the modification of the role. We use Jinja to template language for creating the templates and meta. This contains meta of the role like author, support platforms and dependencies. And the last one is handlers. In the handlers, it will contain which invoke the notify to redirect and associated with the service. Suppose if you wanted to restart your configurations made, so you need to use handlers so that it will notify and it will restart your service. Let's get into the demo. We will see how it will be create a handler. So by default, the handlers, the roles will contain etc Ansible roles. It will be created when you install the Ansible. So cd etc Ansible. Here by default the role directory is created. Cd roles. By default you didn't get any role, so you have to install manually. So first if you want to install Apache, so Ansible Galaxy search and Apache, it will display the Apache related roles. See, these many it is there. Found 570 roles matching to your search. So whichever you want, you can install. Similar way, if you want to install LAMP. LAMP means like Linux, Apache, MariaDB, PHP. See, these it will come. These many roles, 88 roles matching your search. Okay. Now try to install LAMP server. I want to install LAMP server and I want to install PHP, Apache and MariaDB. So the command is Ansible Galaxy init LAMP. So it is role was created successfully. If you see now, the LAMP is created successfully. Now cd into LAMP role. So this is the directory structure. If you see tree, see, each directory will contain main.yml file. So files doesn't have that main.xml file. So remaining it will have. And templates also doesn't have anything. So in the file section, just we will keep the source files. And templates we will keep the Jinja templates. So remaining defaults will have main.xml and handlers main.yml file and meta will have main.yml file and tasks it will have main.yml file and tests and vars. Tests will contain the test.yml and inventory details will have. Okay. Now basically first what we will do, we will write that tasks. Okay. In the task where we can keep, so all the task related we will be writing in task session. Okay. Cd tasks. So here we will write whatever we require. So those tasks we can write it in the task session. So vi install httpd install Apache. Okay. So I have that playbook ready. I will use that so that we can execute easily in the task session. So we will install httpd, mysql and php. va httpd oml. So here we don't need to mention the hosts and become, gather facts, all those things. It is not required. Directly we are writing the tasks. Okay. In HTTPD, what I am doing here, I'm installing the Apache using M module and the name HTTPD state present and name of the task start Apache and what I wanted to do is I'm copying once it is started I'm copying the HTML dot index.html file from source to the destination. So another one is I need to install PHP MySQL, sorry, install MySQL. Basically it is MariaDB, it's not MySQL. So let me change that also. It's MariaDB. So let me make it instead of MySQL, I'll give this one as a MariaDB. So here installing MariaDB using M module and install MariaDB server and install PHP MySQL and start the MariaDB. Okay. So these are the steps which I wanted to add here. Now another one is install PHP. So I'm writing here php.yml. So I'm installing PHP and copy the PHP info file from source to the destination and notify to restart Apache server. Okay. So we will add this handler session, notify the restart the Apache server. So if you see now, there are three files which we created. One is http.yml and mariadb.yml and php.yml. So these we will add it in the main.yml file, vi main.yml. So it need to be included. Include vars, include tasks. So these tasks I wanted to include while executing the role. So include tasks http.yml, include tasks php.yml, and include tasks mariadb.yml. Okay. Now this is the task session. Now we wanted to add in the handler session cd handlers. So in the main.yml, so you have to add the restart Apache thing, the notify we have to add the handlers you wanted to add this restart Apache server. Okay, whatever name you are giving, it should match with the same. Now we have to add the file sessions. We have to create the index files and php.info files. cd files. So here by default we didn't get anything. So vi index.html. So you can copy this index.html file. The content, whatever you are going to be added, it will be available. Says of good morning. So I'm just adding. Now one more file we need to create, php.info. So I'm just displaying that PHP version and all. Just I'm writing the small piece of code here, PHP information. For time being, these are the required changes in my LAMP server. So here I use the task session, handlers and files. Now these changes are done. So now what you need to do is we have to write a playbook to use this role. Okay. So vi install lamp.yml. So I am writing here the outside of the lamp. Okay, inside the role we have that lamp directory structure. So here I am writing the playbook. So here I'm just need to where this role should be executed and become and the role's role name. So this should be executed. Install lamp. This is the required host. I am installing this role on the my target group and become true and roles I'm using currently one role only. If you have multiple roles, you can just give the role name. Okay, the same role it will be applicable. So n number of roles we can define here. Just the other role name. If you want to install Apache, if you have Apache role, you can install Apache role like Nginx. You can give Nginx role like that. You can define. Currently, I have one role, so I'm giving that role name only. That's all. Now, so in here we have that lamp directory structure, ramp role, and this is the playbook which it will be used this role, and it is required the host files. Okay, the host files, the host details which we will need to have that we have list of the groups in the host like the target and target one local. These are the three groups which I have. Currently, I am going to install my LAMP server on this target group. Now, the other one is we need um, the configuration ansible.cfg file. Okay, this file is required. So, these host and cfg files will have by default under etc ansible. Just I copied those files into the roles directory structure. Okay, now we will try to execute the playbook ansible playbook and playbook name. And if you wanted to check any syntax, you can check. I think there is no syntax. Now directly execute. On the target group, it is going to be install Apache, start the Apache and copy it and install, include the tasks, included task, install MariaDB, copy the PHP info. See, these are the done. Now, so if you need to take that IP, target group ID, see, it is working fine. Now, if you give slash php info dot php, so it will give you the PHP version and the server API, all those information, it will be displayed here. Okay. Now, if you make any changes in your index.html file, so what you need to do, you just need to go to the roles, lamp, files. So vi index.html, please subscribe YouTube channel. So if changes are done, you have to do run the playbook again. So included task, install Apache, start Apache, copied that. This is the change. So these are done. Okay. Now if you check, you don't have any changes. See, the changes are reflected now. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you check that destination means the target node, systems, CTL status, HTTPD, it is running. MariaDB, it is running. Okay, just php-v, php is install. Okay, all those it is running fine. This is LAMP server. Now we will see one more example for Apache. Install Apache and we will try to make some changes on that role. If we want to install Apache, so the same roles direct structure, you have to use Ansible, Galaxy, init, Apache. So role is created successfully. Now cd Apache. So this directory structure it is created. So what I wanted to do is tasks. In the task session, I want to install Apache and copy the template files. So the tasks install Apache We will check and first we will add the task under main.yml file. So vi main.yml file. So install Apache and start Apache and copying the source Apache host config files to the site that variables and reload the Apache, notify, and it will be restart whenever the changes are happen. Now this is done. Now we have to go to template session. So here in the template we will write the templates. So vi Apache vhost 2.jinja templates. Here I am creating that Jinja 2 template. So here I am providing the server host server name and the document root. These changes I am adding. So I am providing through variables. It will be replace the values here using variables. We will apply this changes. And one more thing is handler session. So whenever the changes happen, so it should be restart. We have to cd handlers to go. We have to go to handlers. In this handler session, vi main dot handler main dot yml file. Now reloaded Apache. Now this is done. Okay. For this we have required. Now we will write the main install Apache dot yml file, the playbook we will write and we will provide the details. Now come out of this. Gi install Apache dot yml. So here I am giving the host and the target one group become S and roles. I'm using Apache. I am providing, I'm passing the variables, the server name, server admin email, and document root. Okay. Suppose if I'm providing server name as BCReddy and that server admin email, if you give BCReddy, okay, document root. So this is done. Now if you try to install, if you try to execute this playbook, let's see, Ansible playbook name, gather facts, getting some error, the module is not supported, failed to execute correctly. Okay, so what I wanted to do is Ansible CFG. So currently in that Ubuntu machine, it is not supported. So I'm using Python 3. Now let's try to execute. Install Apache, start the Apache and copied this changes on the target one. So my target one is Ubuntu. So now currently I'm in etc Ansible. So where I wanted to copy that configuration is etc Apache to the sites available in in this directory. My the configurations are available. See bcreddy.com, and this it will be available. If you see bcreddy, server and host details and documents, all those things it will be available. If you change again on your configurations, so you just need to change the variables. We install Apache. Same, you have to change here, and it should be copied, and execute the playbook again. So it will restart. If changes are there in the templates, it will be restarted. Okay. Now just check working directory sites available. Okay. Sites available. Okay, we have changed, right? We forgot to change. That is the reason it is not updated. It is not restarted and changes will not reflected. The changes are saved now. Now let's execute again. Install Apache, start and reloaded. See, now running the handler. This time it is working fine. Now if you check, see b.generated here, this configuration files, it is available. And if you check bcreddy.com, see it changes, it will take the changes. Okay. So like this, we will create a role, and we will execute it like that. If you want to remove the role, just Ansible Galaxy remove and delete role name. Okay. So that's all about in this session. So we will discuss what is Ansible role, the role directory structure, create a new role, and using roles in Playbook. And if you like the video, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.